So we have nothing back there right now to block out the trunk. So my grocery getter was just that today. A grocery getter. So I was gonna come up here and do a pull onto the highway, but DPS is out and I'm not playing that game. So, Sema's done. We can finally get back to race car stuff. We can get back to racing. But, as a lot of you know, especially if you follow me on like Instagram, stuff like that, the trailer fell out for Sema. So I ended up driving it 19 hours there and back. Spent a total of almost 48 hours in the car since Friday the 26th. That was a shift of the camera. So we'll talk more about the reliability of the RIPP kit in this video. Go ahead and keep watching. So you can see that there's no BS here. We're gonna go ahead and boom, boom. We're gonna turn down the music, that way YouTube doesn't trip, because you know how they are. And not trying to play that game. And we're gonna go right here. We're gonna press down. We're gonna press down again. We're gonna press down again. We're gonna press down one more time for trip info. So since I left on the 26th, this thing has done 2,654.2 miles. Okay. Average 20.5 miles per gallon. Keep in mind that's going through the desert. That's me using 91 octane. That's me having elevation changes with boost. If you don't understand boost, you don't understand what the hell I'm talking about right now. We've spent a total of almost 49 hours in the car. Just think about that, okay? Now don't get me wrong, these race seats are dope, but for 20 hours, I would have loved my recliners, I'm not gonna lie. But such is life, such is trying to build a race car. Had the harnesses in for a little bit. Figure for 20 hours that was overkill and I was not interested. But back to the reliability of the RIPP kit. So 2,600 miles on top of the fact that I've had the kit for 22,000 miles now on the same belt on an aggressive tune on 93 octane. We were driving on 91 there. Through elevation issues, which affects air density, which affects throttle response, affects boost levels. Through Gallup, New Mexico, which at its altitude is cold, so the car was getting cold, thin air. Think about that for a second. My point is, this kit has proven itself. Alright, so it's the next day. Got busy. Hey, happens. But what I wanted to get at, talking about the reliability of the RIPP kit, because that's one of the main questions I get all the time. There's three main questions. One, is it going to void my warranty? No. It's not. I mean, if you go out and you do as crazy as I'm doing, then more likely. But I sold mine back the day I got the kit. How much horsepower are you going to get? Well, I've answered that 700,000 times. So is RIPP. Go to rippmods.com if you have questions. Or hit them up on IG. And the third, how reliable is it? Okay, so I have a little over 22,000 miles on the kit at this point. Multiple days of me beating the shit out of this car. Multiple races, multiple track passes, cross-country trips, including the one we just did to Sema. I've had zero. That many issues. None. Did I need a new air filter? Yeah. And RIPP just redesigned their air filter for the kit where it actually, the EGR point is at the bottom of the filter instead of through it. So the filter life is going to last even longer, and it's a lifetime filter, so that's going to solve that issue. I do need a different tensioner just because with me beating the hell out of mine, mine's making a bit of a creaking noise. That's it. That's it. So reliability is off the charts. You don't have to worry about it. If you're spending the money on the kit, understand that if anything does go wrong, RIPP's got your back. I've seen that time and time again. Buddy of mine here in Texas, his head unit, his V3 just had issues. What happened? RIPP was like, we got you, dog. Got in contact with Vortec. They have him a new head unit in the car already. So, reliability, not a problem. If you're into the RIPP kit, do it. Do it. I can't suggest it enough. Here, I'll give you one even better. You want a RIPP kit? Use code 86FACE at checkout. Save yourself a couple $100. You're welcome. You're welcome. Just send me a DM and some pictures of the car. I want to see it. Cool. So, there it is, guys. Simple, to the point, short video, just outlining what I see is the most important factor of this. Like, yeah, you're going to be faster. Yeah, your car's going to make some crazy noises. Yeah, you're going to piss off SRT owners. But at the end of the day, after you're done stomping them out, you're going to be able to drive the car home with a smile on your face, even if it is almost 2,700 miles. I appreciate you watching the video. I'll see you guys next week. Till then, stay savage.
Day in the life of me.